duration of the video. Yeah.
Hey guys, today I wanted to do a video all about the Colleen Ballinger situation. I've seen so many threads, so many tweets, a couple of videos, and I thought I would give my opinion on it. So if you don't know what happened, recently a 17-year-old boy named Adam made a video titled Colleen Ballinger Stop Lying. I was a bit shocked when I saw this and when I read some articles about what had gone on. I will leave a link to his video down below. I would highly recommend you go watch it. He shows all the receipts, he shows some clips as well, so if you want the full story, go and watch Adam's video. In the video, he claims that at the age of 13 he became friends with Colleen after he made a fan account on Twitter and Instagram all about Colleen's character Miranda Sings. He also said that he started talking to Colleen on a much personal level in 2016 after a live stream. This live stream was basically Colleen and Corey found his Twitter and they basically found it really funny. They said that they needed to send him a bra and panties, and I'm a little bit confused why they thought they would need to send a child lingerie. It baffles me. If my maths is right, Adam would have been about 13 at the time, so they really thought it was okay and appropriate to send a 13-year-old underwear or even just joke about it. And Colleen actually made a comment about how she wonders how Adam's parents would react to two adults, two 30-year-olds sending a child underwear, which just disgusted me a little bit because that shows that they just blatantly don't care what kind of reaction they get from sending this out, from sending a child underwear. They don't care at all. And this is the biggest thing for me. Like, Colleen has no way of trying to bullshit her way out of this situation because he provided proof. There is a live stream proving this as well.
Adam, Cookie Ballinger said, "Hi, you are such a fashion icon," and tweeted the ugliest picture of me. I want to send him something. Do you want the bra, Adam?
Do you want the bra and panties?
Adam, let me know what you want. I'm sending him something. Okay, maybe he'll want the panties. Although then his parents will be like, "You're not allowed to watch who is sending you panties." He'd be like, "Mom, don't worry. I watched a boy wear them online first."
It's just a very odd situation. After that, Adam then went on to say that by 2017 they were really good friends, and that because he was such good friends with Colleen, he found out lots of private details regarding her divorce with Joshua. Again, this confused me so much because why would a grown-ass woman who is in her 30s decide to tell a child details of her divorce? I don't imagine her divorce was very pleasant for her. I imagine it was quite traumatic, as any divorce would be. Why would she trust details of that with someone who isn't a close friend? They don't see each other every day, and he's also a child. Like, he could be the biggest fan in the world, but what if he leaked it? What if he put it on Twitter? What if he made a video about it? There's so many factors that just confuse me because at the end of the day, he isn't a close friend of hers in a sense. Like, he's still just a fan, and he's also quite young. I remember being 14. You just say things, you just tell things without even thinking about what the implication of you saying that's going to be. So I just think it's a bit weird that she would share really intimate private details of her divorce with a child. It doesn't sit right with me at all. He said that he was baited by Colleen. Colleen would regularly ask him to look for drama surrounding her divorce, as well as ex-friends and any fans that might have been shit-talking her. And because he basically inserted himself in the drama, he got really badly bullied for this, which I'm not surprised. But at the end of the day, he was still only 14. Thankfully, his parents did step in and make him distance himself from Colleen, which is probably the best thing to happen. Realistically, it would have been great if they'd have banned him from talking to Colleen, but I don't know any parent that would say, no, you can't talk to your idol anymore. You can't talk to a celebrity that you're a really big fan of anymore, because it just wouldn't go down very well. So I think his parents did the best thing by just asking him to distance himself a bit and keeping tabs on the situation rather than just letting it happen without caring. I think at the age of 14 as well, it's such an easy age to be manipulated, especially by someone so much older. You just get in the headspace that you want to please them, you want to do things that are going to impress them. You don't think logically, so when you're being told by someone who you idolise they want you to go and find drama for them, you're gonna do it. It's definitely the most toxic thing Colleen has done by asking a 14-year-old to go and snoop out drama for her, because at the end of the day, she could have gone on those sites, she could have watched the videos, she could have read the gossip channels, whatever, like, without inserting herself. She didn't have to ask someone else to do it for her, but I think she wanted to react to it but knew she couldn't. So having someone do it for her, Adam would have easily been passed off as just a crazy fan. I don't think anyone would have realised that it was Colleen asking. I'm not sure if Adam made it public that it was Colleen asking him to do it, or if he just did it and like relayed the information back to her. If he didn't make it known that this was Colleen asking it, it's quite possible people would have just been like, he's a crazy fan, you know, fuck him. It is just disgusting though, like she's basically used a child to do her dirty work and it just doesn't sit right with me. A lot of things that she's done just don't sit right with me. In my opinion, she manipulated Adam so much throughout the entirety of their friendship. I wouldn't call it friendship. I do not think she was friends with him. I don't think she cared at all about him. Adam talks about how Colleen subscribed to his YouTube channel after his parents basically made him distance himself from her so that she could continue to manipulate him and continue to ask him to do things. It kind of comes across to me that she probably played it as, I subscribe to you, I've got millions of followers and I'm such an influential person, so I need you to do this for me. And she even went as far as saying she was going to fly him and his brother and another fan, I believe, all the way to America for VidCon, and it just never happened. That was such a good way of her to manipulate him, because she could have dragged that on for months, like right up until the day before VidCon. She was going to fly him out and he would have kept doing things for her because he was a child. He was in that headspace of being easily manipulated at that age. I know that if I was 14 and someone who I hugely idolised asked me to do something for them, I'd do it, because that's what you do at that age. You don't think logically, and it was naive, but it also wasn't his fault. Adam then moved on to talking about how since 2017 Colleen has been going to Adam for video ideas and tweets, mainly for her Miranda channel because that has been slowly dying for a long time, but also some ideas for her main channel as well. He then showed some DMs from Colleen where she talked about basically hiring him as a social media intern. She would be paying him basically for his ideas rather than just blatantly stealing them, which if it had gone well and if her history of being disgusting with him and inappropriate with him hadn't existed, I think that's a really good idea. If he had really good ideas and she genuinely wanted to use them, it's a brilliant way of keeping her brand but also giving credit where credit's due without making it very public that someone else is doing it for her. And if she's got the money, she might as well. I mean, as a teenager, I'm sure that would have helped him out loads, having a job working for Colleen Ballinger as well. So that could have gone really well, but it didn't. From what I gathered, she did a trial where he had access to her Miranda Sings accounts, I think it was Instagram and Twitter, and he basically had to talk and interact with fans, answer group chats, and just bring loads of hype to the Miranda Sings brand. And it seemed to be going well. Colleen seemed to be really happy. In the DMs that he showed, she gave off a really big-headed vibe, like, oh, the fans would be so disappointed if they knew it wasn't me. It's like, well, think of good, funny, creative, original material then, rather than having to get a child to do it for you. But there we go. Adam then moved on to show more DMs from Colleen where she's basically freaking out because there's backlash around a tweet, something to do with queer baiting. He didn't put the tweets up and I can't find them. I think they've been deleted by Colleen. She just massively contradicts herself in the space of one message. So she goes from being like, oh my god, I'm so worried that I'm gonna get backlash and I'm gonna have to apologise and I don't really want to apologise. Like, well, fair enough. But then she goes straight into, oh my god, I love what you're doing, it's amazing. The way that she just flips it up real quick is such a telltale sign of how manipulative she is towards Adam when they were still friends, because she's gone from worrying that this is going to backfire and it's going to look bad for her to being like, oh my god, you're amazing, I love you, blah blah blah. And it just shows that she didn't want to lose him and everything he was providing her with, all the content that he was providing her with. So it's a manipulative thing, gets in his head. It's like, oh my god, Colleen loves me, she's loving all the work I'm doing, I'm gonna keep it up. I don't think she thought it through very well before hiring him. Like, she didn't set out very structured rules of don't tweet about this, don't tweet about this, or she didn't make it clear from the start that she should approve the tweets, as it's still her account at the end of the day. And I think that's where she massively went wrong. She should have said, don't need to tweet about this, this and this, and I want to approve them before they're posted so that we don't risk a scandal. And that would have been fine. I'm pretty sure he is mature enough to accept that. After she was worried that scandals could come from the tweets, all of them had to be approved by her before they were posted. And remember that she approved all the tweets before they were posted. Adam ran all of them by Colleen after that. And a scandal blew up, I think to do with queer baiting, where people were accusing her of being homophobic, etc. I briefly remember this, not very much, I don't follow Colleen, but... And rather than act like an adult and take responsibility and apologise, because at the end of the day, she had seen all of Adam's ideas originally that he was using when he was posting. She'd seen all of them previously before giving him access to the account. and she approved them all before they went up and was apparently loving them and he was doing amazing work. If that was the case, then it's her responsibility what happens on that account. It's her fault that people found that offensive, because at the end of the day, she's a 33-year-old mother. If she's allowing tweets to go up that could be deemed as queer baiting, that is her responsibility to say, actually, this isn't right. I don't think this is going to sit well with people. This isn't the kind of content I want on my Twitter. That's fine. Rather than doing that, she just approved everything. When it all blew up in her face, she started to massively guilt trip Adam, and the DMs that he showed seemed really manipulative. It was sort of like she was waiting for him to come begging for forgiveness and say, I'm sorry, Colleen, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. I'm also not trying to baby Adam in this situation. I'm just saying the mentality of a child, because he's not an adult yet, he's not 18 yet, is so different to a fully grown woman who has had a child and has been through a divorce and has been married again. She's been in the industry for a long time. So it just confuses me why she's trying to put the blame on him when this isn't his world at the end of the day. He's not a singer, he's not Miranda Sings, he's just a fan trying to help out. It just confuses me, like, why the fuck did she approve the tweets if she knew they would cause a scandal or if they could potentially attract backlash? She didn't think it through very well. So another thing about Colleen hiring Adam to run her social media, hiring, because we don't know if she paid him, he didn't say if she did. Anyway, she hired him to do all the social media side of promoting the Miranda Sings brand, so that if anything did go wrong, then she would have someone to fall back on and blame the scandal on, rather than take responsibility and apologise like the adult that she is allegedly supposed to be. So I think Adam was definitely a scapegoat in this whole situation. After that whole situation, I don't think he talked to Colleen after logging out of her account, so she didn't reply. She left him on read, which is so fucking rude. But he didn't hear from her for a while, and then he found out that Colleen's best friend Corey, who was also in the live stream doing really inappropriate let's send lingerie to a child, had been talking shit about him in fans' DMs. Colleen decided it was also really appropriate to run a mouth about a child. Yeah, two fully grown adults decided it was appropriate to come after a child, basically. I love that. I love that for them. This comes across as like 100% damage control for Colleen. Like, she's fucked up by approving the tweet, so it's now, no, this is Adam. Adam's setting up a hate account and, you know, coming for Colleen fans. Like, really? Really? She should have just dealt with it. She should have apologised and left it. She's an adult. It baffles me. I loved Adam's clap back at Colleen. He was blunt, he made good points. He also didn't try to get back in her good books, which I really appreciate. He didn't go begging and be like, I'm so sorry, Colleen, like, this is my mistake, you know, it's all my fault. He kept his integrity throughout it. He is still so young, and he had the balls to stand up to Colleen Ballinger. At the end of the day, she talked shit about child, and she let her friend add fuel to the fire by DMing fans to damage control. And she really can't bullshit her way out of this. There's so much proof, there's so many screenshots, there's that clip, there's just so much overwhelming proof that she can't lie about this. I really can't wait to see her response to this if she ever makes one, because I just have a feeling it will be a whole load of bullshit. I do love the fact though that a 17-year-old acted with more maturity and respect than a 33-year-old mother. My overall opinion on this situation is Colleen Ballinger is a disgusting human being. She has manipulated a child, she has got her friend involved, and she's also acted really inappropriate towards a child and really not cared about it. She does need to make a proper apology video. I don't think she can explain why she did what she did. If she's got a reasoning, then sure, but I think it'll all be just putting the blame on other people, have a feeling. The whole thing is such an uncomfortable situation. I think Colleen does just need to give a heartfelt apology to Adam soon, not just ignore this and brush it under the carpet. Anyway, me and my croaky voice, that is all we have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and if you have any other topics that you want me to cover, I'm really loving this commentary style videos. So yeah, do comment down below if you've got any other topics that you want me to cover. Make sure that you subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!